Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans. One of you in the comment box had mentioned to me a story that's derived out of California of a missing woman. And I want to bring you that said information. And as I get updates pertaining to this missing persons case, I will bring you that said information. If you need verification for the storyline, San Diego Union Tribune is the source. Police search home of missing Chula Vista woman. Police say Maya May Malete, 39, was last seen January 7th. Police on Saturday searched the home of a Chula Vista mother who has been missing for 2 weeks, looking for clues to her disappearance, officials said. Chula Vista police said Maya May Malete, 39, was last seen by her family at her Eastern Chula Vista home January 7th. She was reported missing to police January 10th. Her vehicle is still at the home. On Saturday, police searched her home near Mount San Miguel Park. Investigators obtained the search warrant to look for any evidence, any clues to Malete's current whereabouts, police said in a statement issued early Sunday. Malete is a civilian Navy employee who lives with her husband and 3 children, ages 4, 9, and 11. Volunteers have searched for her on the trail network at a park near her home, and according to her brother-in-law, in the Glamis area in Imperial County. Family members initially searched trails in the park near her home because they thought Malete may have gone for a walk after an argument with her husband. She hasn't responded to her family group text since January 7th, when family members went to her home looking for her. Her husband told them he thought she was in a bedroom at the house, her sister has said. Police say the family continues to cooperate with the investigation, which is ongoing. Anyone with information about Malete's whereabouts is asked to contact the Chula Vista Police at 619-691-5139 or San Diego Crime Stoppers at 888-580-8477. This said information is brought to you by the San Diego Union Tribune. So there is a lady missing out of California. Her name is Maya May Malete. I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She's 39 years of age. She has 3 children. She is also married. She was reported missing on the 10th of January, but missed a group chat with family on the 7th. So, and it also says was last seen by her family at her Eastern Chula Vista home on the 7th. So that's 3 days, which is very pivotal in pertaining to a missing persons case. And also the fact that she has children. Also that she's a civilian Navy employee. So she did have a job. She had 3 kids. She was married. Her car was at the scene of the home. So one would have to ask themselves, where did she go and how did she leave the house without her car? So did she take a walk somewhere and met foul play? I'm bringing you the story because one of you in the chat has asked me to bring the story, so I'm now bringing you the said story. As it states, she hasn't responded to her family group text since January 7th. And when the family members went to her home looking for her, her husband told them he thought she was in a bedroom. So see, this is where it gets very tricky and also suspicious in this said commentary. This lady has 3 children. She's married. She has a job. And someone has speculated that there, I guess, obviously rumors speculating pertaining to her demeanor, and that she was known to allegedly leave her house for unattended hours. This is what I think someone told me. Allegedly, the husband has said about the wife, but we already know conveniently that's something easy that a person can say to sugarcoat what has actually been going on in the said marriage. Now, they're stating in this article that they had an argument. Let me read that back to you. Family members initially searched trails in the park near her home because they thought Malete may have gone for a walk after an argument with her husband. So what we have to ask ourselves is this. Who told the family that she argued with her husband? Has she spoken to her family beforehand to say something had happened? And then on the day she was supposed to do the group chat on January 7th, since she hasn't responded to her family group text since January 7th. So has she spoken to someone in the family on the 7th or beforehand? And did she speak of ill will with her spouse or any issues they were having or with someone else? Because one would have to ask, where is the family getting the information that she had a fight with her husband? When was the last time they spoke with her? Was it on the 7th or was it before then? Why is his husband just now reporting his wife missing 3 days later? That's very suspect. And it wouldn't matter if you were with your spouse with no kids. That's odd to me. A mother would leave her children unattended for days with no phone calls, texting, calling to check up on her family, her children, and then you would report her, sir. I'm just going to go on and say this. 3 days later, that's very odd and suspicious to me, because I can't see a mother being married and she's living in the household with her said children, and she goes missing for days, and you don't report her missing. Johnny on the spot, day 1. Now we're day 2, day 3. She's a mother of children. She lives in the said household with the children and the spouse, and the husband doesn't report her missing for 3 days. You cannot tell me that doesn't sound suspect. It's ranking as suspect, because what one has to ask him or herself, why, sir, did you wait 3 days to report her missing? Hell, if you can go 3 days, you can go 6. You can go a week. Yeah, the Queen's keeping it real, because this doesn't make any logical sense to me. And we've heard the horrible things that people start to say about people when people go missing. They start making up all kind of crazy scenarios of how the person acted, what they would do, strange and peculiar, running off, taking off. Because that is something someone told me a while ago. Allegedly, he said this about the wife. I don't know if that's true or not. But now I'd have to wonder if that allegation is true, only because I'm looking at the timeline of a 3-day span of you going without your wife, the children going without a mother, family going without a family member and phone calls, and you'd wait 3 days. Who does that? And the most interesting part of the story, the topper of the story, is Miss May left her car at the house. So that means she either left out the house by foot, picked up by a friend, Uber, or she walked away from the house, or the worst case scenario, she was carried out the house by somebody close to home. This is indeed an odd story. But then again, maybe not too odd. How about typical? Because we know the statistics of women going missing from their homes and locations of locale, where they stayed, where they visited, and then poof, they're no longer around to call anyone or accept any phone calls, and nor are they seen. And then we hear all the crazy things, such as the car is still in the driveway, the purse is left on the counter or on the bed. And then you have to ask yourself, well, why are they not here near their belongings, such as their purse and their keys? And women would rarely leave without their keys. Even if they took a walk, you would at least take your keys and your cell phone. So now we have to ask ourselves that as well. Did she leave any personal effects behind, such as her keys and or cell phone? Since we do know her car is parked at the home. I don't want to think the worst, because I don't know this lady. I don't know anything about her, but I know how it sounds. And right now it does not sound good. When I get more information pertaining to this storyline, I will bring you an update. I'm praying for the safety of this lady. I pray that something positive will come out from this storyline. Then perhaps she did just decide she needed some time away and didn't want to be bothered. But we also know the downside of this story, what it could be. That she's not missing. That possibly she's no longer alive. But we want to keep hope, because she's a mother, children, and a wife, and has family who obviously care about her. And my prayers to her family with this ordeal that they're going through, and her children, because they have to be racking their brains and just absolutely hysterical, not knowing where their loved one is, and the children obviously will be missing their mother. This is a horrible situation. And as I state, when I get more information, I will bring it to you. Thanks for the the hint of the story. One of you decided to tell me about this story, and I have been working on the other story out in California, so I never make time for this information. But since it is in California, I decided I'll go ahead and throw it out there. All I can do is pray and hope that this lady is found alive and safe, and that she has not met foul play. But you know how it looks. It does not look good, especially with the car being left there. That to me is an ultimate red flag that something bad has happened to this lady. But like I said, I don't know all the details, who she is and her disposition. So hopefully it's just a fluke. The lady took off. But I think we know now. It's almost the end of the month. And the 7th was weeks ago. Prayers for her family and children. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. This is Everyday Shenanigans.